Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Shut Your Face with your host, me, Bree. Thank you so much for subscribing to this and listening to this and being supportive of this. It means the absolute world. It's the coolest thing ever. So thank you so much for listening to our podcast. Let's get into it. It's Brianna. Welcome back to another episode of Shut Your Face podcast. This week I'm going to talk about social media versus reality. It's very easy for a lot of people to say that social media is not real. As time moves forward and more technology and we as humans and companies or whatever are continuing to grow and advance, social media is becoming more and more important as far as business is concerned, just social aspects. It's not just a fun little Farmville game that people kind of looked at it as an app, wasn't real. It is becoming more and more real and real. That was one of the biggest obstacles that I had to face in my defamation suit was, it's on social media. Okay. That still is a problem, if not bigger than in real life. And I've already talked about this before. Joe Blow can go out on the front porch and say something and nobody will hear it. But you put it on social media and it's out there for the world to see. So whatever. The repercussions and the consequences of using social media to defame or advertise or whatever have you are growing significantly because people are realizing just how important social media is becoming. People make a lot of money on social media. So, and right now, the way the law sits, these third parties, which apps like Meta, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever, all of these social media platforms, they are kind of in what you call a black hole of protection. They can throw their hands up and be like, it's not our problem. It's not our problem. The only time they can intervene is when it comes to IP and intellectual property, which those are up in the air sometimes, but that's basically how it works. Hold on, I gotta find this because I looked all of this up during my suit. Right, okay. Well, this is more for intellectual property rights. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act, it protects copyrighted material online by making it illegal to bypass technological locks on digital content and providing safe harbors for internet service providers. So, it's that the DMCA is actually a good thing when it comes to copyright and IP circumstances because you can literally report it and they have to do something about it or they get the federal government will come down on them. So, but the other one that I'm talking about, God, I can't find it. Section 230, immunity. That's what it is. God, I knew it was something with a 2. Whatever. Come on, cut me a break. It's a part of an act or a law that was passed, and it's called Section 230. The federal law shields online platforms from being treated as the publisher or speaker of content posted by users. So it's just like when, you see people go, report this, report that, and nothing happens. They don't, it's just, nothing is going to happen. Unless it's IP related, the federal government, I mean, like, they can really do what they want to do. If it's IP related, they have consequences for the federal government with the Digital Millennium Act, DMCA. But Section 230 immunity, and I learned all of this through my lawsuit, you know, they basically can throw their hands up and go, we're not publishing this, that person is. And it's very like a muddy area because, again, Joe Blow can go out on front porch and speak something that nobody can hear. There's no third party involved. He's just speaking it into thin air. And it's not true and it's defamation. Versus Joe Blow going on the internet using a third party. That's what Meta is, Instagram is. That's what all these parties, they're a third party to defame somebody. The third party can go, we got nothing to do with that. And that's bullshit. I think that's bullshit. Like, because you are directly controlling it. So, will this change? I have no idea. Should it? Yes. What can I do about it? But you can Google this yourself. You can look it up. Section 230 immunity basically lets these platforms just throw their hands up and go, we have nothing to do with it, regardless of the consequences of what they're allowing to be published. So, you know, I wish I could do more about that, because this leads to the whole point of this episode. You obviously can't believe what people say in person. It's even worse online, because everybody has their own little show. Everybody has their own little show of their life. And they can choose whether they want to show you the good, the bad, the truth, what's not true. They can choose whether to make themselves out to be something that they're not, or just be blunt about who they actually are. And it sucks. It sucks so bad, because, but I've had people in my life not be honest with me. So I feel the need to service society and humans by being honest. Not in a mean way, just to be honest with like life. And I happen to run across this person who, I don't say I have any feelings towards them per se, but we did some work for them, and they made the comment that they made a post, a pretty picture in the post, right? That's what social media is. You got to be able to deal with being mocked. You got to be able to deal with this. You got to be able to deal with whatever in order to be successful, in order to be seen. Now, if I had to bet my life, could be wrong, but if I had to bet my life, I would say that this person probably has absolutely not a fucking clue what it feels like to be mocked. Me, however, I have survived. Oh, look. It's friend. I have survived multiple attacks on the internet, being mocked, being bullied, been put through so much, and I'm still here. Do you think people would start taking notes and be like, oh shit, this girl, maybe we should listen to her? No. Again, I don't mean that mean. I'm not a hater. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. But I can't respect lies. Like, I can't respect disregard for reality and the truth. It's like, don't you know that that'll come out at some point? It's the same thing with my defamation suit. You know, I remember literally like watching these people just run me through. Like, I'm looking at the comments, and I got the best advice in my life during that time. This particular person, no bias, no nothing, said, say nothing. It's probably the best thing I ever could have, because I had nobody around me to be there for me, help me, nothing. She said, say nothing. So I didn't. And I watched all of these comments, all these people laughing and mocking and misunderstanding me. Everything that this other person is preaching, what she has no grounds to preach. I've actually been through it. And it's crazy to me to see people advice from somebody that has no clue what they're talking about. Just stating the obvious. You know, if you want to become a car mechanic, are you going to go to a real estate agent? Probably not. I wanted to also talk about things that I did that helped me not lose my mind. So, 99% of the time when people are attacked in whatever form or fashion, your first instinct is to defend yourself. Okay? The first time that I was attacked, and then other particular posts, I have said nothing. I'm not gonna say anything. You let just let people look dumb, right? But then there were other situations, other posts I did. Like, I just went flying into the comments. Because sometimes if you don't address the elephant in the room, and excuse the elephant, it's going to shit all over the place. So, sometimes you have to do that. And, you can choose to sit there and fight people left and right, whatever. You will also have smart bystanders that can see through the bullshit, and they'll see it. So, choosing to just argue with people back and forth, it's not going to get you anywhere. They've already made the choice of how they believe it, so that's fine. Whatever, let them look dumb. That kind of goes back to the Mel Robbins thing. Like, let them look dumb. I am very much like a fixer personality, and I'm the type of person to be like, yo, you got something in your teeth, or yo, you got something on your back. Like, because I wouldn't want people to look stupid. I wouldn't want them to be embarrassed. I would want them to feel confident or whatever. So that's one of the reasons why I tried so hard to talk to people, was because I didn't want you to look dumb. I kind of knew what you were being told. I knew what was going on. I didn't want you to look stupid. I didn't want you to be led astray. But 80% of the time it didn't work. Even though I was trying so hard. This one girl, I'll never forget it. She said, I said, I don't make enemies easily, and I don't. I'm 42 years old. You've known me for 3 years. How do you think the rest of my life is gone? Yeah, whatever. Anyways, I don't make enemies. I haven't my whole life. She goes, I literally watched you make one. And I go, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, because I'm not speaking to her. She's not, she's not going to comprehend it. You're seeing a 30-minute interval of 42 years. What makes you think that's me? And it's being told by a third party that don't know me. Are you thinking clearly? Or you just got a keyboard? It's stuff like that that kind of makes me sad, because I could have been friends with that person. I'm probably one of the coolest people you would want to have as a friend. I'm reliable and I'm honest, but that's kind of the part about it. It's just, I look at it like that. I look at it like, dang man, me and her could have got along, but you chose to believe some shit that ain't true, so go with it. What are you supposed to do? Same thing with that Jenna girl. If you had any type of empathy for the fucking world, you wouldn't act like you act on the internet. And then be a role model. I ain't never seen something so pretty turn so ugly so fucking quickly. And then to have people support that, no, you can stay right there. That ain't how you treat people. Just posted a fucking email of me being professional as fuck, and then deletes it because I called her out while I was blocked. People screenshot what I posted, and she got all in her fucking feelings. Okay, you big bully. I have no patience. I have no respect. I will never be able to understand that type of mentality as a woman or any human being. Like, I don't understand what makes people think that's okay. What makes you think that any of that was okay to do to somebody else? Cool. You are not cool. If you think it's okay to run around on the internet posting comments and posting emails and posting shit, trying to like insult people and embarrass people and bully people, what? Like, you're not cool. You're not cool on any way, shape, or form. You are not cool. You can have a little following. You can get you a couple of hundred likes or whatever the fuck. You're still not cool. You're not gonna be. People worth knowing don't do that. People worth knowing don't do that. And as somebody that has been through a defamation suit, I've dealt with numerous attacks on the internet. I'm going to give you 3 tips that have helped me. Maybe this will help somebody else actually be able to deal with that type of stuff. Number 1, therapy. Okay? You don't get therapy because you need help. You get therapy to help you deal with people that need it. Let me say that again, okay? I'm not saying particular people are perfect. But what I'm saying is, you get therapy to help you deal with other people. Society automatically goes, oh, they're in therapy, something's wrong with them. This is why, like, society's all backwards with what actually is reality. Lucky for me, I happen to have a really cool therapist, and she was able to help me stay focused. She was able to help me stay in the truth and in reality and not get drowned out by the noise. That's the next thing. Number 2, okay? The noise. You hear a lot of like successful people talk about noise. White noise, ignore the noise, da-da-da-da-da. This is the stuff they're talking about. Number 1, you're going to be mocked. Like, when I say I know what it feels like, oh baby, I know exactly what it feels like. I've been blocked for no reason with people I have no idea who they are. Multiple comments, just dragged through the mud, called all kinds of names, like just laughed at profusely, and I'm still here. That actual act of other people is what you've got to put blinders on. You've got to put blinders on and don't even think about it, okay? Because here's the deal. You can categorize those people into 3 main categories, okay? Like the people that are laughing at you, because I've had a lot of people laugh at me. A lot of people laugh at me. You can categorize those people into 3 categories. 1, there's nothing you can do with it. 2, you know that they know, but they're not going to do anything about it. Or 3, you have a chance. So what I mean by that is, some people have made up their mind about you or the situation or whatever have you. So for my particular deal, there are people out there who think strippers are nasty, like I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay? There's no help for that person. They have committed to that perception. Let them have it. Let it go. There's nothing you can do about it. You're going to waste your time. There's nothing you can do about it. Fine. Let them go. The second category is, you know that they know, but they're still going to choose the dark side. Let them have it. Let them live with that decision, because you are ultimately only in control of you. You're not in control of them. So, even though you know, and the empathetic part of you, of being a good human for me, of like I know that they know that I'm right. Ultimately, people have free will. Let them have it. Then the last category is the ones that you actually have a chance with. Okay? They'll listen. Those are far and few between, and you have to be good to those. I have some of those where they were like, okay, all right, I see what you're saying, and then I can show them actual truth. They actually understand. They can comprehend it, and you can keep those, on your side, for better lack of words. But that's what you got to do when that happens, and that helps you to be able to not get sucked into explaining yourself, over explaining yourself, because the bad guy, ultimately, when I say the bad guy, but the person attacking you, mocking you, the bully, whoever has it, they see something in you that they don't have, and they are jealous of you because they can't do it, and the only way they know to succeed is to tear down the next person, and you can't do anything about that. The only person that you are in charge of is yourself. That's it, not them. You've got to make decisions for you and what's going to affect you. And the best way to do that is to not get sucked in to what they want you to get sucked in with. I've had some posts where I said nothing, not going to. Okay, you want to look like a clown in the circus? You look like a circus. Go for it. Some of them I have piped up and said some things and taken up for myself and defended myself like any normal human would do. So I don't have any regrets on those. And plus, you kind of put the, notion out there of what the reality is and what the truth is, and people can see it. So it's kind of cool. But nonetheless, you have to pick and choose your battles on what you're going to entertain and not entertain. What you're going to give your energy to and not give your energy to. And that's what they mean by the noise. Some noise is important, some isn't. Some of it's just not. I when I was going through that, I thought, this is the end. This is the end. This is the end. Why has this happened to me? What did I do to deserve this? I don't understand why they're attacking me. Like, even with Taylor and her message, I was trying so hard to try to talk to her. Like, I knew she knew somebody. I knew somebody said something. Like, I was trying so hard to try to, reason with her. Like, hey, why are you watching me? Like, why are you watching me? Like, what's going on, And me, being a dumbass, thought that everybody's good. So I thought, of course, right? She'll talk to me, sure. That ain't what happened. Not everybody has the same heart as you, okay? I know this for a fact. But anyways, you have to understand that those situations will happen. There's nothing you can do about it, but you can choose what you give your energy to and what noise you let in. Just like when you're in the gym and you got your headphones on, you're not going to be distracted by what everybody else has got going on. You're just worried about focusing on what you got to do and get it done. That's what you got to do with that.